Last time on the Fool's Chronicle.
And he just sees this raggedy old man slam this gifted liquor like it's the cheapest whiskey.
I forgot Orlan's an alcoholic.
You've taken a lot of stress, actually.
I'm taking a lot of stress.
Yeah, you've taken 6 stress so far.
Ivanka's gonna need, like, a spa day after this.
I think you know what she's gonna need.
I've been seeing Lady Drake wandering around 6 Towers on and off, and I'm just wondering what a magistrate has doing around here. I assume you are all back in your HQ after meeting up with Lord Strangford. Let's say this is after you got that coin from Strangford.
Ren,
Yes.
did Orlan tell Ivanka about that thing that Grey Cloak told you about?
The owing of the coin?
No, about Lady Drake.
There's no reason I would have hid it. So yeah, probably.
So I think that's kind of what Ivanka's mind is on as a possible...
We could do that scene if we wanted.
Sorry, before that, let's talk about downtime for a bit. You guys are now in downtime. You guys can basically... I'm giving you free reign. I'm going to say that a lot because that's one of the hallmarks of the system is the players get to decide a lot of things in this section to kind of indulge your vices, do things that you want to do in a larger scope. Downtime happens over the span of maybe a few weeks. So you have all the time in the world, but, you know, if you start slacking and not doing scores, then you'll be ending up behind. First off, though, comes your payoff and your rep. So you guys got 6 coin from the last score.
Hell yeah, we did.
Assuming that Orlan is going to pay that debt, you're going to be taking 5 coin that you can divvy up however you'd like to. Each of you can have coin on your own, but additionally, the crew can have an amount of coin. So you guys can figure out how you want to divvy that up. And then also, you guys can mark down rep. For this score, you get a base of 2 rep, and then +1 for every difference of tier to the target you had. The Grey Cloaks are a tier 3, so you guys are pulling in 5 rep from this score.
Yo!
I thought the Grey Cloaks were tier 2.
Ooh. I think they're tier 3. They might be tier 2, you're right.
Grey Cloaks
Okay,
are tier 2.
They're tier 2, so you're getting 4 rep out of this.
Damn.
Sorry
To
to...
burst everyone's bubble.
It's still a lot of them.
Still a lot, yeah. And you guys have 6/5 coin to divvy up. After that, heat. Every single time you guys do anything in the city, especially scores, someone's going to hear about it. So heat is really important. It's a way to track how much the blue coats are kind of bearing down upon you and how loud you're being in Duskfall. I'll say for this one, I'm between contained or loud and chaotic. I would say this is generally contained.
Yeah, we were pretty contained.
So I'll say standard exposure. And I'm going to add 1 heat on for it being a well-connected target just because this is a situation that tied you right back to the city council.
Yeah.
Not a hostile turf, and you're not at war, and you would accrue 2 more heat for killing being involved. However, because of your Crow's Veil, you do not take extra heat when killing's involved on a score. So everyone, we're going to mark off 3 heat on your gang. And
Great.
I am going to, in the background, roll entanglements. I am not going to tell you what your entanglements will be
Great.
Oh,
or
goody.
what the roll is. But I will tell you that I'm rolling 2 dice and taking the lowest because you have 0 wanted level, which is what I roll. I roll your wanted level for entanglements. But while it's happening, talk about how you're going to divvy up that coin.
I think for coin, we all get 1 coin, and then the other 2 go into our crew.
And we're calling the payoff Orlan's making a crew cost. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, unless, Orlan, you want to pay out of your pocket.
I mean, if we divvied it up 2 per, and I paid my 1, but that would also leave 0 money for the actual gang fund,
Money is going to the
Yeah,
crew.
we gotta.
Money is going.
So,
Sure. Let's just make it even. 1 coin for everybody, and then 2 for the crew.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and I want to see that scene with Orlin and Ivanka about Lady Drake.
hey, Ivanka. I know we got a heist coming up, and I got some good intel. This is an old friend of mine.
Is this the friend of yours that you gave one of our money to? Or a different, cooler friend?
No, this is that one.
Cool.
Okay, look, he had valuable information that we needed, and without that, we would be getting nil coin. So, I mean, maybe.
Fine.
Oh, regardless, he asked a favor. He asked me to ask you about Lady Drake and what she's doing around Six Towers. Now, I, for one, it's none of my business, but, you know, something gets a buddy like that up, curious. Figure the least I can do is ask.
Do I know anything about Lady Drake? All things considered?
She's a magistrate who you probably know back from your days as being a Black Dove. If you operated in more higher class circles, you probably sat in her court and maybe had to pay her off to look the other way on some crimes.
Cool. And would I have known about her hanging around Six Towers before this exact conversation?
Let's see. Do a fortune roll on this, see. Just 1 die. You've seen her walking around here and there. You don't know exactly where she's going, what she's doing, but you've seen her around.
Well, I guess your friend really did have some use. Maybe I'll send her a letter or something.
You also find it weird that she's around Six Towers, because you know that she doesn't live here or work here.
Huh. Interesting.
Anything I could go back and tell my buddy?
Tell him I'll talk to her.
Sounds good. And, Ivanka. Good luck with the plan.
Thanks.
For your entanglement, this is one of the ones I will tell you about. The Bluecoats grab someone in the periphery of your crew. One player volunteers a friend or vice purveyor as the person most likely to be taken. Make a fortune roll to find out if they resist questioning. Or pay the Bluecoats off 1 coin.
Chansey?
Chansey? Makes a lot of sense.
You're gonna throw Chelsea in after the
I mean, it makes sense. He's with the Greycoats.
Yeah. That's a good one to go for. All right.
Would that count as paying the 1, or is that separate? Is that a separate?
Oh, that is separate.
Okay.
You would have to pay the Blue Cloaks off to not talk to Chansey. I will say that Chansey doesn't have a lot of allegiance to you, as far as that goes.
It's true. I mean, listen, we have money.
That's
It's
true.
up to you what you want to do.
I like people liking us. I like people at the very least being neutral to us.
I can respect that. I like my informant, my friend. Acquaintance, really, but...
I will offer my coin, my 1 coin that was divvied up to me personally.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you give up your coin. Later that day, you see Chauncey walking around and some Blue Cloaks beeline towards them. And you drift by and with some sweet words and some coin, get them to look the other way. All right. Now we're into downtime proper. You guys have 2 downtime actions you can take. Some of you have stress. I would suggest to you indulging your vice. Indulging your vice reduces your stress. If you take too much stress, you get a trauma. It's really bad. So take 4 traumas, your character's out of the game. You can burn stress, but also it's kind of your health bar in a way. aside from your harm, which none of you have taken harm yet, which we're going to work on that in a second. You guys have to roll worse. Additionally, you can take +1 to your roll for downtime if a friend or contact helps you. And and you can spend coin after the roll to improve the result level. That's how that works. If you want to do extra downtime activities, you need to burn a coin or reputation. Represents you spending extra time not doing scores.
Mm-hmm.
All right, anyone can start downtime. Here on out.
I'm gonna go indulge my vice.
And Dove, just a quick reminder, what's your vice? Are you
has a
getting any
name.
help with it? Or
I would say that I'm definitely getting help from my contact for this one.
Yeah.
Would you say that, Sean?
Yes. Yes, I would.
I've kind of cheated the system in this way.
You have cheated the system in this way by making one of your contacts your
My vice
vice
purveyor.
purveyor.
You let me do it.
That's true. To indulge your vice, you're going to roll a attribute roll for your weakest attribute. That's the one that is most in thrall of your vice.
Say that one more time?
You're gonna roll to your weakest quality. Basically, insight, prowess, or resolve.
My lowest one is insight.
Yes, that's, if I'm correct, that's 1 die.
Yes.
And you can roll 2 die then for doing it with Debonair,
Literally.
your vice purveyor, who is also your contact. Then, a few days after your score, you hear a very familiar sound from your living room. You hear the sound of a small boat floating down the canal behind your home. And as you look out your back window, you see Jeremiah Debonair paddling his way towards you. He's got this little, like, dingy, you could call it a gondola, but the gondoliers would bully you for that. It's a dingy little thing that he floats on towards you on, and he waves as you look back at him.
Wonderful timing. I was about to turn to drink. What are we doing tonight?
I got tickets for the new opera.
Sounds amazing.
And you go out and join him on this boat. You go off to the silver market. That's your zone where you do it.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Where you do your vice. Please roll to indulge your vice.
My 2 dice. Rolling them. That's a 1 and a 6.
1 and a 6. Yeah, you are going to relieve 6 stress then.
Hell yeah.
how much had you taken?
8. I had taken 8, so I now have 2 left.
Whew. If you would like to, you can indulge again, but you will be at risk of overindulgence.
I'll be at serious risk, so I don't want to do that. I'm gonna still have a little bit more stress. That's okay.
Orlin, what are you doing for your downtime?
So I could relieve stress, but I would like... Tell me if this is insane or not how this works, because it might not be. But I imagine I have a friend who's a spirit trafficker, and I have a spirit that I don't want taking up space in the bit. Like, I imagine maybe making up a little bit for the lost coin. He'd go to Flint.
Yeah? You want to like make coin.
Yes. I don't know if that's how that works. So, correct me
You
if I'm wrong.
can't really make... There's not really a codified way to make coin outside of scores.
Okay.
So, I wouldn't say so. You can use this to acquire an asset. Maybe you trade Flint for something else, or you use that coin to get something different.
Okay. I'll cross that bridge later.
I would also say that, like, coin as an amorphous amount of money, coin is a lot of money. One spirit probably isn't one coin. I will say you can start a clock that is going to be, selling spirits, where if you fill that clock up with spirits, then you can get a coin out of that.
I might do that eventually, but for now, I have another spirit bottle, so I'm not really worried. I'll dump those off later.
Okay.
I think Orland's just gonna go to the leaky bucket. I'm gonna go visit Mordengull.
Relieve some stress.
Yeah.
So this is your vice, stupor. All right. You drop by the leaky bucket. You're in the crow's foot now. Overhead, you see Deathseeker crows rolling in. A few of them probably fly near you and then fly back to the rookery. Probably just helped some random gangs out of their scores just by being nearby and scaring off these crows. We did talk about how your crew's ability to deter the Deathseeker crows comes from you, but you're here to indulge your vice. Go ahead and roll your lowest attribute, which I believe is prowess.
Be correct. So just the 1d6?
Yep.
That's a 6!
Ooh, that's a no good. You have 4 stress and you rolled a 6, which means that you have overindulged.
Well, that's... Oh,
because
no.
you've cleared more stress than you had marked.
Oh my god.
So you've already overindulged.
Okay.
It's not a reliable, controllable habit. It's a risk.
That's fair.
So you get to the honor of choosing an overindulgence. You do a bad call, basically. Either, number 1, you attract trouble. I'm going to roll another entanglement. You brag about your exploits. You're going to get +2 heat. You're lost. Your character vanishes for a few weeks. Or you're tapped. Your current purveyor cuts you off. Yeah, it's no good when you overindulge. It is no good.
I was over here like, wow, I rolled a 6. Let's go. And
You were really happy. Go ahead and clear all your stress, though. So congratulations.
That's something.
Yeah, you're
All
doing
right,
great, dude.
Woo.
Yakers. That's no good. Can you reread the options for me, please? I'm sorry.
Attract trouble, brag, lost, or tapped.
I think Orland attracts trouble. He's not the kind of person to brag. I don't think he'd go missing.
Awesome. I do want you to choose these off of what your character would do.
For sure.
Awesome. Great. I'm going to roll another entanglement then.
Sorry, guys. Love you all.
It's gonna be your money this time, dude.
If we need to pay someone off, it's on you. Oh no.
Sean?
Oh no. I don't.
So-
Sean's making a face, by the way.
Sean's making a bad face.
Okay, no. This won't do anything. I don't think. You're good. I rolled 2 6s. Which
There's
is
no such thing as a critical on the entanglement roll, is there?
Well, it means that because you have wanted level 0, you would then incur the 6th level for heat 0, which luckily you don't have any. You don't actually match the requisites for this entanglement, so you're okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
That was a close call for you guys.
So, frankly, that was the best that could have turned out.
Yeah. Is nothing happened?
Yeah. What is Storm doing?
I have a question.
Yes.
So, with our gang, we get this fun little map of, like, ways you can upgrade your gang.
Yes.
How does that work?
So that is claims.
Mm-hmm.
Claims are basically ways to advance your gang. Claims spread out of your hunting grounds. Basically, you're claiming things around Duskvol as a part of your gang. There's kind of some pathways from the lair.
Mm-hmm.
Each of those pathways are the easiest ones to go to from here, but each of those is basically a score. So you're gonna do a shorter or a longer score to try and attain turf or try and attain a fixer.
Okay, then I don't need to worry about that. Great.
Yes, that's not really downtime, but you can think about that. You guys can have conversations about expanding your claims.
Because one of the things that is adjacent to layer is Envoy, and I am eyeing that.
Yeah, it looks...
Because I like money.
Money is
Yes.
good, and we should have it.
Envoy gives us +2 for high-class targets, which is, what we do.
What we do.
Yeah. If you want to pick up an
Okay.
envoy, that'll be like your next score.
Okay,
If you'd
we
like
can
to
talk
do
about that later.
Yeah.
Then instead, I think I am going to train prowess.
Awesome. Where are you training your prowess?
I think probably at either my home or, like, just in Dove's house that we use as our lair.
Just in my home?
I probably just have, like, a punching bag and some, I don't know. I probably also reach out to, like, Marlene, stuff like that, on, like, hey, what's a, like, good form?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to keep this away from going and fighting someone, because that's vice.
Yes. I like to think that you can train with Marlene, and then you take that training home, or to the lair, because you have the upgrade for prowess as part of your things. So I think you can go out to Marlene, you spar for a bit, get some tips, you bring that practice back to the lair, and practice there as well. So for training, you just mark experience on the prowess track, and mark another one for it being an upgrade you have with assassins.
Great.
What else is Dove doing for her downtime?
What are the other things that I can do?
I mean, you can do Vice again, you can do...
I will not be doing that.
You can do Acquire an Asset, Recover, which you guys don't need because you haven't taken any harm. You can reduce heat, Train, that's all things you can do. Or do a long-term project. If you don't know what to do, a good default is just to start a long-term project. Yeah. If you want to start, like, canvassing for scores, that can also be a thing that you might be interested in.
Yeah, because I would like to talk to Drake.
Sure. It doesn't necessarily have to take up a whole, like, downtime thing, but you guys can also just bridge out into scenes, go talk to characters. It's a great time for that.
Okay. I would like to talk to Drake.
Okay.
Will that count as a downtime activity? Because if not, I would like to train Insight, but...
Yeah. It depends entirely on what you end up getting out of Drake. If you're trying to get, like, an asset from her, then that would be a downtime activity, but, like, if you're just talking to her, that's... You can just chalk that up as something you do.
I think that I just sent her a pen and paper letter that's like, I heard you've been around 6 Towers lately. Meet me at this location. And I say a location.
Okay. Where are you meeting? What district are you meeting in, at least?
I feel like it should be 6 Towers.
Okay.
You know what? Fuck it. I invite her to my house.
All right.
I invite her to my home.
I'm there with the punching bag in the background.
Please ignore them.
You're there punching. Yeah. Lady Drake is definitely fancier than Iramina is.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely one of the more expensive people you've had in your home, maybe ever.
Yeah.
And she walks in, she has a sharp expression. As she walks in at the appointed time, have you made any preparations for this meeting?
I think that I have made some hopefully better tea.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also in, like, one of my nicer outfits.
Okay. Lady Drake is in this black dress with sequins on it that would shine if she was in a more lit up atmosphere. You can tell this is a dress made more for socialite balls where people can afford bright lights. She walks into your home and she goes, "What have you come to ask me for?"
Does there have to be a reason? Can I not invite a wonderful, powerful woman into my awful, dilapidated home for some tea?
She laughs and she smiles and she sits down and goes, "Yes, that's very funny. Sorry. I see many gangs and scoundrels like you, and every time I've come to sit with one of them, they've wanted something from me. So, apologies for being a bit abrasive."
What do you want in 6 Towers? That's all that I'm concerned about, is what you want.
What do you mean?
You don't live here. You don't work here. To my knowledge, you have no friends here. So why have I seen you?
Darling, I do have friends here. Many friends. And, you see, I think big things are happening in Six Towers. Soon. Dove, what are you doing in Six Towers?
Where else was I supposed to go?
No, you misunderstand my question. What are you doing in Six Towers?
Let's just say I might be part of the big things happening here.
That's the answer I wanted to hear. I operate with some people in this very district here, and I hear a lot of the things that go on here. So I think it'd be nice for us to work together.
I think it would be nice too.
Glad to see we're on the same page. I assume you know about the Grey Cloaks.
I do. Real shame what happened to them.
Yes, what a shame. They're angling to do a lot more with this district. They want to take hold of it. Now, I don't know about you, but that seems counterintuitive to your interests, and it's counterintuitive to mine as well, so if we could come to an agreement on that, I think it would further both of our agendas.
Lady Drake, that sounds wonderful. So I assume that did not count as a downtime action, which means that I'm going to train Insight.
Okay, yes. That also is something you have training in for your crew, so you get 2 XP for that.
Hell yeah.
What is Orlin doing?
Well, honestly, I want to say training, but...
Vice again. Weird. I don't know why. Why'd you do that?
Weird, yeah, no, fuck all of you. Yeah, no, I mean, like...
Orlin's just drinking, baby.
Orlin takes one more shot and just, like, disappears.
He disintegrates into dust. Orlin disintegrates.
No. Can you remind me of the rules for training in a skill?
Training. You just mark XP for an attribute on your playbook.
Okay.
Training, you just get XP.
If you do insight or prowess, you get 2 XP instead of 1.
Radical.
And you can train in insight, prowess, resolve, or personal, which is your playbook, right?
Oh, wait, so like with Mark XP playbook advancement?
That is if you train personal, yes.
Yeah, I think Orlin's going to train personal. Okay. I think the justification for this is he's going to go out... I mean, he's gone out drinking. His other thing that he does is freelance whisper work. He's probably going to go out and...
Do whisper stuff?
Fuck with some spirits, yeah.
Yeah. Additionally, I forgot to mention this. I think an episode or 2 ago, Orlin, you rolled a desperate roll. Mm-hmm. I don't know if anyone else rolled desperate, but whenever you roll a desperate roll, you get to mark an experience on that track.
Ooh, that's fun.
So I think it was a desperate attune for you, Orlin. So you get to mark a another one for resolve.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Did I roll a desperate? I feel like I might have rolled something desperate.
I don't think you did. You had controlled that went risky.
Yes, risky,
yeah,
not desperate.
Controlled to risky, but not anything like desperate. You guys weren't in a really shitty situation.
Which is good.
Except it means if you don't level up.
Yeah.
Sad.
You don't push yourself, you don't gain.
Hey, we fucking gained.
True.
Also, they pushed themselves several times.
That is true.
As I'm concerned.
What else are you doing, Storm?
I'm thinking about reduce heat.
Okay.
I think that seems beneficial.
Awesome.
And to reduce heat, I just basically choose a stat and roll for it?
First, you want to tell me what you're going to do. It's got to be reasonable.
I think I would love to figure out how to do skirmish, but I don't think I can. I've got my best stat is skirmish. I'm thinking command makes sense.
But who are you commanding? That's my real question. Like, you have to reduce heat by doing something?
Actually, I think I just kind of want to... Is intimidating people, that's reducing heat.
Yeah.
They don't want to mess with us.
But also, who are you intimidating? That's my real question.
Yes, I know. I'm going through my thought process. I'm thinking... I'm messing with the... trying to figure out if I can intimidate the Bluecoats, or if that's just not gonna work. Because, like, I feel like they're the ones who don't like us right now.
Right.
Does that sound like something I could do, or am I pushing things?
That sounds like something you can do. I don't think you can, like, go to a watch official and be like, you
No.
start kicking his ass, but, like, more so, like, you can probably maybe get some of the blues in 6 towers to kind of bug off.
I think I want to use Hunt to do this.
Okay, how are you using Hunt to do this?
I think I'm not fighting them, because I think that that's kind of inherently a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm just gonna kind of, like, be around a lot when the Bluecoats kind of venture into 6 towers. I want to kind of just be on their tail, around them, be kind of a threatening presence.
Okay, I like that. Yeah. Maybe you're with Dove when she goes to pay off the Bluecoats for Chauncey, right? You're kind of around, cracking your knuckles. Whenever Bluecoats do anything in 6 towers, you're there.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
if I'm understanding this correctly, you can't fail a reduce heat roll, right?
Not really. You're using your
great.
time to do this.
Then yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I roll Hunt, and the result tells us how much heat I reduce.
Yes, go and roll Hunt.
Can you over-reduce heat?
No.
Good.
I also cannot roll well enough to do that, so I got a 2, which means you reduce 1 heat.
Yes, go and reduce 1 heat from the whole crew.
So
theme.
now we have 2 heat, which
Yay!
is better.
Speaking of factions, from this last score, I'm gonna go ahead and say how that affects the faction politics as a whole.
This will have an effect on the group chat.
Yes.
How will this affect the group chat?
You guys are gonna get a +1 with the Leviathan Hunters. Because you helped out with the Leviathan Hunters, and a -1 with the Grey Cloaks.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
not liking your whole vibe. Great. I think this is a good time to also resolve your experience.
Yeah.
For this arc. Instead of doing at the end of sessions, that doesn't really work for like episodic podcast. At the end of each score, end of the downtime, I'll kind of resolve our experience. I'm gonna ask you guys questions, you're gonna answer the questions, and then you're gonna get experience from that. Let's see here. Talking to you, Orlin. Did you do your playbook specific XP trigger, which is solve a problem with
It says knowledge or arcane power.
yes.
I would say yes. I did catch a Slimer.
Yes. You can you can go ahead and mark XP anywhere, either on any of your stats or your whole playbook. Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
No, I don't think I did that.
You're gonna like this one. Struggled with issues from your vice or traumas.
I would argue yes. In fact, I did do that.
I did that.
I think you don't have to
So-
argue.
Yeah, go ahead and mark 2 XP.
Would that struggle have occurred? Well, no, it's just a struggle. Never mind, just one.
Yeah, you got it. XP for that is 2. Dove, what did you get? Did you do your playbook specific trigger? Which is, remind me.
I addressed a challenge with deception or influence. I would say I did that multiple times.
I would say you did it a lot. You can mark 2 XP for that.
Hell
If you
yeah.
did it a bunch. You express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Again, I would say I did that multiple times.
I'd say you did it at least once. In what ways you did it multiple times?
So the heritage thing, I made up the heritage thing. Does that still
Yeah.
count?
I would say that counts.
Awesome.
You're
And
kind of
then,
bringing up that you're a Skav.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I didn't actually do my background. Because I feel like none of this came from the fact that I used to be a dove.
Did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas?
No.
All
It
right.
was a pretty solid sexual encounter.
Aw.
But it wasn't a problem
But it
overall.
wasn't a problem overall. No, it was just some good pipe.
Let's talk about Storm. Your playbook specific trigger, address a challenge with violence or coercion.
Does it count as violence if I cut off a man's head and he's already dead?
I would say you have done this in a few ways today. Not just in that, but like just maybe ransacking Bluecoats.
Oh, right.
You did do that!
It's kind of coercion in a way, is beating up blues. Let's see. Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
I think the only pull I could really make for that is maybe background in just being, like, a threatening character at the cafe or stuff like that, because my background is an underworld brute.
Okay.
But also it's a pretty flimsy one, so...
I'll give it to you just because you're not getting a lot else. Issues from your vice or traumas.
No.
Alright.
So that was 3 or 2?
That's 2. Your crew-specific XP trigger. Did you do what your crew does? Which is...
Execute a successful accident, disappearance, murder, or ransom operation.
Absolutely!
Oh, we did that!
Absolutely. Contend with challenges above your current station.
Yes.
I would certainly say that we did that. I would say multiple times since we dealt with both the blue coats and the gray cloaks.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
I think we've bolstered our reputation for being ambitious.
Was this an ambitious score? I would say it is.
Oh,
Yeah, you're in
it's
Charter
an
Hall.
ambitious score.
Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
No, I don't know what this is asking.
I mean,
Goals, drives,
I feel
money,
like our
power?
goal is to, like, get in with these high-powered individuals. So I think that we did that.
Done that a bunch.
Done that a bunch. So that's
that
what,
was-
6?
Okay, yeah.
We did real good with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So, last thing to figure out for your downtime here is what your next score is going to be. As a crew, you guys are hungry and duskful. You need to figure out your next score to go from score to score.
That envoy, Dylan, you mentioned that, and I'm really a big fan of that, because, like, the more scores we do without having that envoy, we're literally just losing money.
I fully
So I
agree.
think
So
getting-
we want to try and get
I
an
think we
envoy?
should get that envoy and then go talk to Lady Drake.
Where are you looking for an envoy?
Charter Hall? I don't know what an envoy is.
I mean, you're basically looking for someone to set up jobs for you with rich folks, right?
Yeah.
Is that
I mean, is it...
is that
Lady
kind of the
Iramina
idea?
feels like cheating.
If you'd like to codify Iramina as an envoy, you can, but we're gonna figure out what that means for all of you.
Can we codify Drake
As an envoy?
as an envoy?
Yes.
Okay, I
So
think
we
that
can just go ahead and get an envoy?
You will have to... Okay, here's how we're going to resolve this. I imagine you're all going to go and talk to Drake about setting up more jobs for you in Charter Hall.
Yes.
Yes.
You meet Drake at her estate. It is a large, sprawling manor in a line of a few manors. Here in this area of Charter Hall is a place that many magistrates live, and also taken students to be tutored under magistrates to learn law and to become magistrates themselves. Lady Drake sits you down in a parlor with far better tea. And she's wearing the same dress actually you saw her in earlier a few days ago, but this time you can see it, and it is stunning under the sparklights, like stars in the night sky. And she sits down and she goes, "So I hear you need an envoy.
Yes, we do.
I can do that for you, but you're going to have to prove yourselves to me first. I don't work with second-rate or half-rate criminals."
I've heard worse butts.
She places down a dossier and slides it over towards you.
What's this?
That is your proving ground. Do this for me, and if I'm satisfied, then I'll take you on as people that I'll push other people towards. And I'll vouch for you for some more coin in any jobs that you find with people of, my class.
Wonderful.
As you open up the dossier, you see a picture of a magistrate. Lady Drake says, "This kind person has decided to court one of my more wealthy patrons. That just can't be. Take care of them, make it quiet, and it can't be tied back to me."
Consider it done.